Hi, this is Stuart Weems, and thanks for listening to the Investopoly podcast. My goal is to give you simple, easy to understand insight, strategies and tips to help you master the game of building wealth. And in this episode, what I'd like to talk about or share with you is some financial life hacks. So what I've done recently is I've tapped the collective intelligence of the Pro Solution community, so that is the people that have been receiving my weekly blogs for many years, and I've asked them the question, what is it that you do that either saves you money or makes life a little bit easier from a financial planning perspective, and asked them to share a whole bunch of tips. And so I've consolidated them, and on the website you'll see on the show notes, there's a link to the page there, where it includes 16 financial life hack tips. And what I'd like to do in this episode of the podcast is just take you through or give you a bit of a taste for some of the tips that have come out of it. In fact, using one of the tips, and which is just a simple link to a website and do an easy comparison, which my wife did this morning, we estimate it'll save us $2,900 on power bills across the business and our personal. So, one little tip could save you quite a bit of money. So let's get into it. The first one that I want to talk about is cash flow management. So a lot of people these days are using apps that either work on your smartphone or your tablet to help you manage and track cash flows. That is where your spending is going and so forth. And it's a big thing, right? Because as the saying goes, you can only manage what you measure. So if you don't measure it, it's impossible to manage it. So the most popular app was Pocketbook. Then followed by Moneytree. Some people actually using Xero, which is really an accounting software. And there's one called Track My Spend, which is put together by the Australian government. So again, all the links are included in the show notes here. So if you're having a bit of problem or wondering where your spending's going, using one of those apps, and all it does is takes a bank feed and you characterize certain expenditures. So if it's reoccurring, it will do it automatically. Another good way to sort of manage and track cash flow. A really good saving mechanism that Sandy shared with us was that what he does at the end of the day is take out any $5 notes in his wallet, and he just puts them in a special place for savings. And after a year, he says that he's really surprised about how much you accumulate. So that's a really good, savings tip that really isn't going to hurt very much. Another strategy, which is number 5 in the list, was to use the government electricity comparison website. So this is exactly what my wife did this morning for our business account, our personal, and as I said, she saved between 30 and 40%, which is going to be around nearly $3,000 a year. So the Victorian government's got a website, and also the federal government has put one together. So no matter what state you're in, all you need to do is just download your bill from your current supplier, you upload it into the website, does a comparison, tells you who's the best to use and how much you'll save, and then it's really easy to switch from there. Including or in the scheme of saving money, obviously health insurance premiums continue to rise. One thing that I'm really conscious of, because unfortunately I'm in good health, and well, actually not unfortunately, of course, but I rarely use my health insurance, but it keeps going up every year irrespective. Choice Magazine has a tool apparently that you can utilise, or at least Carolyn and Janet shared this tip with us. And so for about $24, you can use this tool and put all your information together into the comparison tool, and it will tell you which is the most optimal health insurance provider. So, if you're like me and you hate those health insurance premiums, certainly go and use that. Another tip that quite a lot of people indicate is what they do is they apply for credit cards and keep them for the required period of time just to get frequent flyer points. So this is something I wasn't really aware of, but there's a lot of credit card providers out there that if you're not an existing customer and you apply for a card, they'll give you 50 or even 100,000 frequent flyer points. So this is tip number 7 and tip number 16 when you go to the website. But in tip number 16, I've actually got a link to a business or a Facebook page called the High Life Travel page, and they'll actually profile the current deals on the market. And so what people are doing is they apply for the credit card, use it for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, and then cancel it just in order to get the frequent flyer points. And the idea behind that is that loyalty is not ever rewarded, so we can be members of a particular credit card, and they're giving away all these points for free to actually new customers, to acquire new customers. So that's another good tip out there if you're keen for frequent flyers. Number 8 in the list is saving future pay rises. So one person, Christian, shared an idea with that any future pay rises are already spoken for in respect to where that money is actually going to go to. So he allocates most of any future pay rises towards investing, which is a great idea. Number 10, to save on business class airfares. They've got a link, or Jenny actually provided a link to a business called Business Class Club. And what they do is they buy up companies' unused frequent flyer points and on-sells those points to other people. And so you can make some pretty significant savings. And she actually quoted one in the email to me, but pretty significant savings, almost half price business class airfares. And number 11, which was provided by Andrew, to smooth out expenditure. What he actually does is pays bills monthly. So he'll pay his council rates and water and so forth, which means the bill goes into credit, but that's no big deal. Because when the actual charge comes into his account or gets credited to his account, then it all nets out. So it's another way of smoothing out your expenditure and so forth. As I said, there's 16 financial life hacks there. There's bound to be one that's going to save you either a lot of time or a lot of money. So I certainly suggest checking out. And also, if you've got some life hacks that aren't included in the list, on the web page there's a link where you can provide that. And what I'll do is I'll keep updating this page as the ideas come in, and hopefully it'll be a really good resource for everyone to use. So that's it for this episode, guys. Until next time, bye for now.